Yo, what is going on, guys? Digrex here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Hanzo, specifically his new ability, Storm Arrows, and how to counter it. So if you guys haven't noticed by now, Hanzo is absolutely broken, and this is the second time that Blizzard has tried to nerf a hero and has probably made them better, the first time being Mercy. You can make a few other arguments, such as like Symmetra or something like that. Well, Symmetra needed a change, but Mercy definitely needed a nerf. They kind of buffed her. Same with Hanzo here. So I don't know if Blizzard really knows what nerf means or what, but here are some ways on how to counter an enemy team with a Hanzo on them. Lots of shields. It is really hard for a Hanzo to get super good shots on you, especially with the storm arrows when you have a lot of shields, and it is quite easy to see when a Hanzo has storm arrows activated. Their bow is glowing very vibrantly. It's kind of hard to miss, and when that happens, you got to call it out to your team to get behind shields so that they don't get picked pretty easily by the storm arrows. The storm arrows don't even do that much damage to the shield, so you shouldn't have very many issues with the storm arrows whittling down the shields, especially if you have a Reinhardt and an Orisa on your team. If you have both, the enemy Hanzo really should not be giving you that much of trouble. And if they are giving you a lot of trouble, well, it's probably because your teammates aren't getting behind your shield. So if you do play as a Reinhardt or Orisa, make sure your teammates are shielded as much as possible. Another good tip is to keep the high ground when possible. Always be on the high ground. If you have stairs in front of you, going up, take them, because it is so easy to pick people off, like with any sniper, not just Hanzo, but it makes it so much easier for Hanzo to pick you off with any arrows, including storm arrows, because he can just look right over shields. He can do a bunch of other things. It's easy headshots, especially on heroes like Roadhog or Orisa that have pretty big heads, and especially from above, it's kind of the only thing you can see, so it makes headshots super easy. So make sure you can always take the high ground from a Hanzo when you possibly can, because Hanzos thrive for the high ground. So if you want to keep them off the high ground, that is a great idea. Keep them off the high ground. Don't be stationary. Storm arrows are really good because they can pump out damage really fast. But it's really hard to hit them consistently on a moving target, especially something like a Tracer or a Genji. You really can't hit more than one at a time on a moving target. That's why they melt tanks so fast, because tanks don't generally move very quickly. So they're a really easy target, but if all of you really keep moving and just don't stand still, yeah, then it's going to make it really hard for the storm arrows to be extremely effective, just because of the way they work. It's just hard to pump out an entire kill with a couple of storm arrows, and if you guys are stationary, a Hanzo won't be hitting more than 1 or 2 storm arrow on you, which won't even kill you unless they're headshotting you. Some really good counters to Hanzo's new abilities. The first one I want to say is Zarya, just because she can get her charge fairly easily, because most Hanzos will let all the arrows rip at one time. So if she puts a shield on somebody, it's a good chance that the Hanzo is just going to empty into that shield. Plus, the arrows have travel time, so he might fire a few before he realizes that he's hitting a shield. Pharah is also extremely good against Hanzo, as always. An extremely good Pharah can stay pretty high up in the air for a long amount of time, which makes it extremely hard for even a skilled Hanzo to hit a Pharah. And Pharah can just rain down death and destruction upon Hanzo. Bang, boom, boom. So those are my tips on how to counter the new Hanzo. Zarya and Pharah are especially good in team compositions, as well as having shields. It's really effective, as long as those tanks are behind the shields, because as you see, I can definitely rip apart some tanks with storm arrows, mostly Hog and Orisa, stuff like that. But if you're behind those shields, shield tanks are great, Pharah is great, Zarya is great. Make sure to keep moving, because if you're not moving, I mean, you're just going to empty an entire thing of storm arrows into you. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you find some of these tips helpful. Please subscribe for more Overwatch, Destiny, and For Honor content. It's been Digrex. Peace.
I'm open to mine, so we all need some time just to settle down. Won't you come around, cause I never can leave it alone. Talking about somebody rolling, boulevard dining, making it count for efforts I can't explain. Ballin' and feeling we drowning, never been humble by playing the fighter.